is Maya and I am a ceramicist, painter, digital artist. I'm a multimedia artist. Yes. And welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on a finger coil pot, and I just thought I'd walk you through the process on how I create one of these, just because I don't see very many people doing that here on YouTube or just in general. I'm not trying to say that I'm the only one, but I am saying it's not very nice. But right now you're being recorded on my iPhone. Well, I'm being recorded on my iPhone and you're just sitting with me. What I'm doing is I just cut off a little piece of clay that's inside this bag. I sprayed the clay in the bag just so that as I have the bag open, because I'm going to be cutting off more clay as I do this, the clay doesn't dry out and it stays nice and soft. I like my clay feeling like softened, like almost like Play-Doh, where it's soft but moldable. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna just start slowly rolling that out, and don't like press it into the board. You just want it to kind of glide on top, and you just want to like push it to roll on its own. And then as it gets a little bit thinner, I'm gonna bring all the fingers in to the equation. I'm not gonna just do one-handed like this anymore. I'm gonna go in with two hands, and I'm gonna moisturize it as I go, just so that it's very moldable. It doesn't get too many cracks in it. Just because this clay is a little bit older, so it needs to be treated with a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. As you can see, we have a really nice coil going here, and she's sturdy. I can hold her up and she's not going to be like cheese and just stretch apart. We're going to now roll her into a spiral, just adding a little pressure on the outsides where my fingers are. I'm adding a little bit of pressure while I turn her into a spiral. And then when she comes together like this, I'm going to take the end of the tail where there's dog hair, and I'm going to flatten her against the rest of the spiral. This is how she looks when she's done. As you can see, there's a little bit of cracking along the side. That's completely okay. I think I'll seal the very far outer parts now with one of my wooden tools. And you want to apply a good amount of pressure on the cracks when you're sealing them, because you don't want them to come back. You want them to stay smooth, and remember to stay smooth, okay? No wrinkles over here. We're too young for that. We are too young for that. Okay? Just add some hydration and prevent the wrinkles. She's still brand new. She's still just a baby. So we want her to be nice and smooth. And also, it just helps with the structure of the piece, because if you have cracks on the surface of the piece, I just think it won't fire as well. It won't be the structure won't be as strong, and the structure won't have as much integrity. That's what I was trying to say. You're gonna learn very quickly working with ceramics that things are just done better with your hands. Like, yeah, ceramics comes with a lot of tools, but as all the greats say, your best tools are on your hands. Are your hands. Zeus, can you stop licking yourself? You're right next to the phone. If you hear licking noises, it's my dog Zeus. He's just cleaning off his arm. Anyways, so now we have those cracks on the very outside smoothed down. I'm going to take the tool and I'm going to actually just flatten the top part of this spiral. And don't ever worry about don't worry about the aesthetics right away when it comes to, honestly, any piece of art, okay? The aesthetics come later. Like, that should be your last priority when it comes to building something. Some deep knowledge for you, because I'm so wise. Just kidding. I'm learning every day. All right, I'm gonna clean off the tips of my fingers because they are getting a little gritty. So now we have this nice little plate, and then we still have the spirals underneath. That's my signature. I'm claiming right now, okay? Spiral underneath the pottery piece, the ceramic piece, when it's done by me, that's my signature. I will write my actual signature somewhere on this. Where? I don't know yet because I don't see any space for it. But if you try to take this from me, just know I started it, okay? Copyright, trademark, right here, right now. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna move that to the side. I'm gonna get my other piece of clay that I cut from that half, and I'm gonna start rolling this one out too. Zeusie's with me. He finally decided you want to be on camera. Okay, so I'm done rolling out the piece of clay, and this time it's a little bit thicker, just because this is the base of the ceramic piece. I really want it to be stable. We believe in stable foundations in this house. I'm going to now add that onto the little plate that we created. And I know some people are like, why didn't you just slip and score that? Because I don't believe in slipping and scoring every finger coil, okay? I've developed my own technique, and it's called molding the clay together. I'm sure people have heard of it. But what I do is I take one of my wooden tools again, and I just blend. I take the clay and I scrape it down to the other piece. And I just do that over and over. So I just took some of the clay from the top coil and scraped it down to the bottom surface so that you can see that, right? Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. When I edit this video, I'll make sure you see it, okay? Oh, sorry, a little bit of Cardi B came out. First coil down. So I'm going to give her a little bit of a spray from a distance, and I'm going to keep rolling up coils, adding them onto, stacking them on top of each other, and doing the technique that I just described. And I'll come back once I'm about halfway done so that I can show you the smoothing process that I use. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've added several coils onto this piece, and now I'm going to show you how I smoothed it out. I kind of smoothed it out inside. I used my fingers and then also one of my wooden tools. So now I'm going to just show you how I do it on the exterior. I'm going to take a tool that looks like this, like a spatula, and I'm going to just scrape the layers together. Well, not scrape, but like smooth out the layers and blend them together. I go to this first coil and I push it down to the next coil, move up, and then just do like some basic smoothing out. Okay, piece is smoothed out. So I thought I'd bring you in on a nice closer frame. How do those influencers do it? So I love this shape, kind of like a volcano-like shape, but not too much of a what? Not a very narrow top, kind of wide lip. The point of my pieces is not to be super functional. I do plan on making more functional pieces like cups, plates, cereal bowls, ramen bowls, things like that in the future. But right now I am just playing around with shapes, designs. You know, we're not getting too serious right away. So I'm just taking this slowly but surely. I am going around right now while I am smoothing her out, and I'm trying to make sure that it looks as symmetrical of a convex shape as possible all the way around. Like a little bubble gut. She's just got a little bubble gut. So just to add some character to her. So yeah, that's what I'm doing as I'm smoothing her out too, is making sure that she's a little bit more uniform. Sarabi's here with me. Isn't she beautiful? Gorgeous dog. Gorgeous. All right, so now I'm going around the pot and I'm taking my wooden tool that looks like a spatula and I'm smoothing her out. I feel like this piece should be named Jennifer. I don't know why. I'm getting like Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Hudson vibes from her. I love that I just like accidentally turned this into a tutorial for y'all. Please follow along. Create some finger coil pottery with me. I'm giving you all my tips and tricks in the ceramics world. Where do I sell my art, you may be asking? I have a website that I will link below, skinnylegendcreations.com. Cleaning up the lip, making her... I do want the lip to be more level than anything, because in case someone does decide that this is their new favorite mug, I don't want their mouth to be like getting clink-clacked because it's super uneven. I like taking this part, this edge of the tool, and going on the inside of the lip and just cleaning it up, smoothing it out. I love detail-oriented film, art, everything like that. I want to be that intentional as an artist. I don't want you to just look at something and appreciate the way it looks. I want to create something that when you look at it, you want to understand why I made it that way, the intent behind it, the story behind it, the skill and everything that went into it, the color theory that I'm using, the techniques. That's my goal as an artist. And I don't know, I think we're on our way there. She looks so cute. I love the texture that she has. She looks balanced, not perfectly symmetrical, but that's exactly what I want. Hi, I'm back. All right, so I covered Jennifer in plastic last night to make sure that she doesn't dry out too quickly. I'm going to focus on smoothing her out even more today. A few months ago, a ceramic studio opened up near my home called Ceramica, and I went to their grand opening and the owners seem incredibly sweet. The atmosphere of the studio is gorgeous, and I honestly the goal is to get a membership there and to expand my skills even more and my resources that I'll have available. Okay, Oven, I'll be there in just a moment. Jeez. But yeah, so expand my skills, resources, and area to create. Okay, my sausage bites have to heat up just a little bit longer. I like to broil them so that when I bite into them, they're nice and crunchy. We love a crunchy sausage bite. As you can see, Jennifer has a lot of texture on the surface now, which I personally love. I am also going to be a vendor at the UNM Arts and Craft Fair from November 19th, which is a Wednesday, to Friday, November 21st. So if you are in the University of New Mexico area, come check out my booth in the Student Union building at UNM's campus, and this will be my very first fair. I'm excited, so I would love to see y'all there and support and everything like that. So yeah, very exciting things coming. So yesterday we left off with me smoothing out Jennifer yesterday and making her look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. But as you can see, she is all done. I really appreciate y'all coming along with me as I create Jennifer. She looks so good. Yeah, everything that I have been hoping for, and I will definitely keep you updated on her progress. She will be glazed and designed, and she'll come into all her glory that I planned for her. She's just my little baby. So again, thank you so much y'all for joining me today. Stay tuned, more videos to come soon.